PhD student, they are listening, learning the same subject, but everything becomes more and more subtle. Even PhD student is a student of the teacher. So first thing is we do this. And when we get into the shoes of a teacher, rather than a student and an instrument and my placement in that place with all the hopes of Baba, good wishes of Baba, that I am placing this child in a situation and will come out with red colors. So there I fail. And then if there is a problem, I have to solve it. I have not to make a problem bigger than myself, who is the solution. So if I start teaching, a student is a student, I am in teacher's place, I have not only the instrumental authority, but also all my experience of my own life, of my teaching many students. So basic thing is, in a washing factory, am I supposed to accept clean clothes for washing, or am I supposed to accept dirty clothes for washing? I'm running a washing factory. So do you think that people will bring clean clothes, or people will bring very nice student who just sit with me and become my helper, or you will bring delicate clothes? So that washing factory is the best, which gets the most delicate clothes. Even if you rub them, they will get more damage. So that is what I should have in my mind.
I love that. Bringing your dirty clothes versus your clean clothes for washing. This is like Baba loves the thorns, right?
See, Baba, who were we when we came to Baba? Baba has given many names and examples. And what Baba has made us? Did Baba ever see our weaknesses? Did Baba ever see our arrogance, see our wrong? Being nothing, did Baba ever see that we are calling myself to be this and that and such specialty? And Baba's given abilities I am owning, and proudly and with ego, I am telling people, oh, I am so and so. Whether I may speak or not, I am trying to be in that situation. So then we are supposed to link with Baba, them, or with ourselves. Because if I am myself not able to be in Baba's situation, that I am a server, I am a word servant, I have to listen. I have not to reply back, not try to respond, not come to the patient's level as a doctor. And therefore, I have to be like that. And so every day, yes.
You're talking about humility and you're talking about compassion. Is that right?
Absolute humility. And if there is humility, then only there will be compassion. If there is no humility, even a person with ego has compassion, but that is with his own type. Okay. Therefore, yes, likes attract each other.
Okay, that's very rich. We may come back to that in the next month, but I want to ask you some personal question. So someone says, I do talk to Baba in Amrit Vela, but I don't feel that I get clear answers. What do you do that gives you clear guidance about the situations you face?
Well, it is stillness, it is silence, it is settling of thoughts, it is calmness that prepares the ground for receiving Baba's touchings. In fact, I needn't ask anything. Baba already knows what I need. The best surgeon is that who just by looking at the patient can understand his ailment. It used to be earlier, no doctor used to tell you, first you go to him to get 20 tests done before you come to the doctor. That shows that a doctor is not a real strong doctor. The doctor from vibrations can catch. So therefore, with whom I am sitting, from, from whom I am expecting answers, first I should have my humility. Even in the normal religious gatherings, no disciple dares to ask a question from the guru who is speaking. You see, they say yes, sir, yes. They are so humble. And here, the whole Gita is full of questions and answers. Our whole Brahman life is full of questions and answers. Good, but Baba says that when it is Gyan, I speak. If there is nothing clear, you can seek clarification. But at Amrit Vela, you are just an invitee. Just as an invitee goes to the host's place and leave the rest to the host, a guest does not go and sit on the dining table and straight away say, I want this pudding. No, you should understand everything has already been, will be provided by my host, and he is God. So Baba says, I already know your problem, and I have such a solution which you can apply. This is very important. A good teacher will not give an answer which is more difficult than the question. So that when they say, Baba, what Baba is answering to me is not, I can't digest, I can't. It is the echo of their own question only. So therefore, we have to be first, before sitting at Amrit Vela, think where I am going, before whom I am going. If a person goes to a king, he doesn't, king automatically more than takes care or gives to the person who comes. Even a good host, so it is Godfather. He knows our inside out, our mental condition, our physical condition, social condition. So that is a place of calmness.
That's beautiful. So we have to be aware that where we're going before God. We are the invited one. So don't go with an agenda. We go in stillness, we go in silence, we settle our thoughts, we go in calmness, and then we receive, right? Beautiful. Now, I have a little announcement here, which is that Sister Bhumi has opened up space on Avyakti Parivar for those who have not been able to get in. So if you know anyone who has not been able to get in, you can tell them that. And also, we are beginning to get some questions in the chat. You please put your questions in there. And if we don't get to them today, we'll pick them up tomorrow. So let me leave the questions I had lined up for you, and let me ask a few of these. So one of the questions, so Baba never saw our weaknesses. What do we do when the NC, our NC, only sees and talks about our weakness in an aggressive or forceful or negative way? What is the proper response to that?
Yes. First of all, seeing weaknesses, looking at weaknesses. So the questioner is asking that Baba never saw and looked at our weaknesses, so we accepted what Baba said. Okay. And my senior NCRC, whosoever, is only looking at my weaknesses, just the opposite. So, is it the right situation? My question is, the question is why the questioner is looking at the weakness of the senior. If I understand that looking at weakness is a great weakness, okay, and Baba did not look at my weakness, okay, why I am looking at the weakness of the RC or the senior that he is looking at my weakness? Why don't I absorb and I adopt to the main point that I have to, no one has to look at no one's weaknesses. And first, charity begins at home. I should not look at the weaknesses of my senior. And plus, Baba says, turn negative into positive. So it is my test. The senior is bringing out, telling me, making me realize is because nobody realizes one's own weaknesses. One looks at, easily understand the weaknesses of others. And here I am looking at the weaknesses of my senior. So therefore, first thing is that if I want weaknesses not to be looked at, I should begin by not looking at the weakness. Number two, turn that into positive. So Baba has said even today that the power of silence in practice means that such a power where you do not argue, where you do not question, where you do not say why and how, where you just convert everything into positive. Okay, I have to become DT. I have to learn. Every teacher was a student and is a student, and every student is a teacher of himself. So if you look at that angle, this problem will vanish.
Okay, that is a very subtle answer. Now I've got a message from the hosting group saying that please write in the chat and don't write particularly to Queens. If you want your question answered, write it in the chat. All right, we have another question. And I'm not sure how relevant this is to everyone. So I'm going to ask you, but I don't know how relevant it is to everyone. Om Shanti, can you talk about the relations in the centers where there are Shankar party members?
Very good. You know, if there are, you already identify that there are Shankar party members. If one already recognizes that in the rice there are some stone chips, that is so nice. If they were in disguise, then there would be trouble. But when you understand, so Baba says, whosoever it is, we are the ancestors of all. Baba's children, maybe of whatever age or whatever, maybe a student, by virtue of our entitlement, all Brahmins are ancestors of all, ancestors of the deities, ancestors of the divine founders, ancestors even of the rogues and troublemakers. We are ancestors. The thorns have arisen out of a tree which was once full of flowers. So even thorn is one part of it. One has to pass through it. So therefore, we have to be careful that while cooking the rice, I should separate those stone parts. Just as normally in Brahman life, what we are doing, that we are separating what is not acceptable and only in taking what is acceptable. Baba doesn't say will be no evil in the world. Baba said, no, evil will be there, but see no evil. You do not see. Evil will be there, you don't listen to it. So therefore, it is good and it is a great warning, and it is in my own interest that there are certain people who are thinking, having Baba's knowledge in a wrong way, I should be merciful to them. Today, Baba has said, just as you light one lamp with another, Deepak. So, similarly, with our own good wishes for them, we may change them into Brahman party. Even if they don't change, I don't lose anything. My effort will make it, for me, it will be good wishes for them. And I don't start thinking Shankar party because in a family, lame, blind, disabled children are also born. So if you throw them out thinking that, oh, then you are not a good parent. So we must accept them at their value, take mercy on them. And we understand, they may not understand that they are having the best opportunity. If they are not accepting it, it is their loss. And we have mercy for them, but I don't get affected at all.
You are always surprising, Brother Brij Mohan. That's
So
very,
Baba is surprising.
he is very surprising, but you are also surprising. Okay, we have a question. Is Dharma the same as Maryadas?
Well, I told you I don't go in analysis, but because it is only defining something, Maryadas mean dharma, and dharma means Maryadas. What is dharma? Dharma is following the rules, not making fouls, not doing foul play, but fair play. So everything that is right is dharma. Say Baba says, you eat food in my remembrance, okay? This is dharma. Achha. Baba also says you cook food in my remembrance. This is also dharma, but this is maryada. Many people cook food thinking I am cooking for so and so, put more masala or whatever that person likes. So the feeling is I am cooking the food for RC or whosoever, my head, and takes care only of that, and therefore not thinking that it is also Brahma Bhojan. Brahma Bhojan is given even in the army, to different food is given to the generals. But Brahma Bhojan is Brahma Bhojan, and it becomes Brahma Bhojan only if I cook in Baba's remembrance. So I am missing my Maryada. So this is breaking of Maryada. It means also breaking of the Dharma. So Dharma is all inclusive. Following of Shrimad, Maryadas, interpersonal relations is Dharma. And each of the other things you can call Maryada. All Maryadas put together will make Dharma, but each Maryada will have Dharma also.
Okay. This person may have something to think about with that one.
And I may tell you, excuse me, I may tell you, the deities follow the Dharma, but there is no Dharma of deities as such. In Golden Age, they don't call it Adi Sanatan Dharma or deity Dharma. Dharma is lived.
Very nice. Okay. All right, let's see here, because we've got some questions coming in. I want to try to find some that have a lot of relevance here. So someone wrote, this conflict situation is reminding me of a time when Mama got a latecomer to work in the kitchen for a week, and another where Baba gave a sister responsibility to facilitate Amrit Vela. So my thinking is, can some responsibility be given to those who are considered to be somewhat challenging to uplift them, I think, instead of making them wrong. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, yes. The basic thing is many times to lift a weak soul a little, special attention is given to the weak soul. Supposing in your family there is a patient and doctor says, has prescribed, give only fruits to this patient. And now all members of the family are there. All are not getting that fruit always. And they will never say why this person is being given fruit because a doctor has prescribed for him. But here, anything that is done through the instrument, first of all, we must understand Baba doesn't have a body. Baba works through the instruments. And Baba says, even my instruments are imperfect. I will take care of their mistakes. This much guarantee Baba has taken because Baba is almighty. Even in a mistake, there will be something good to learn. Now, Baba says, okay, this child, let that child sit in the Amrit Vela on stage and give drishti to all. In fact, it means get drishti from all. But physically, we are thinking that this person has been made to sit, to give drishti to all. And instead of my sitting opposite to that person as a student and connecting with Amrit Vela, all the time I am thinking, oh, look, this person and is giving me drishti. So what is my stage? Number one. May I tell you one practical example? There was a sister who used to sing very melodiously, and everybody appreciated her songs. Now, one time, Dadi Prakashmani had to come to the area, and she expected naturally that she is very famous and she will be made to sing the song. Okay. So she dresses specially for that occasion and goes to the teacher that, sister, please my song, one song in front of Dadi. It is a genuine request, but it is a strength which has become a weakness because I am asking that my song. Now teacher says, Dadi is coming, we will see that if there is time, we will have your song. Now this person sitting in the class, Dadi is giving discourse. The only focus is not on what Dadi is teaching me, but is on the teacher, looking at the teacher, when my chance will come to render the song. So the whole context is lost and the song becomes important and Dadi's teaching are secondary. Now what happens? Suddenly, the teacher calls another singer to sing a song. And that singer is not a good singer, is average singer. Now what will be the situation of this sister? Oh, she said that there is no time I will see, and whom she has given to sing. So the whole thing is that your own strength becomes your weakness. So in this Gyan, your weakness can become your strength if properly you are considering yourself an instrument, putting yourself in proper place. And your strength can become your weakness. So we have to be very careful. Because in a telephone call, if there are 10 digits, even if your 9 digits are okay, if the 10th one is you are connecting with somewhere and it goes to the fire office, every time we say fire office, this will happen. So Baba says, keep on moving your Sudarshan Chakra. If you are stuck somewhere, then you know the circulation stops. And there that is where the cancer develops. So we should not be stuck. Even if there is wrong, let it pass. Don't get stuck. So here that is the answer to the question that we shouldn't bother. Even a drama can change everything. You have set up a very nice party, and suddenly there is hailstorm, less people come, then what will you do? You will accept it. So what we are doing is we are looking at the external situations and not understanding that from each situation I can learn. I can give you an example. Supposing I am sitting here now, a fan up falls on my left shoulder and injures it. What will be my response? I will say, oh, I will not blame the fan, start blaming the fan, start caring for my injury. Okay. Now, if I go out and there is an animal hits my left shoulder, causes the same amount of injury, then what I will do? I will say, oh, first I will look at the animal, try to react, but then I will say it's an animal only, forget. I should care for my injury. Now, supposing a human being, or say my senior or my companion hits me suddenly and injures my shoulder, then what will happen? I will not bother for my injury. I will bother about talking and taking revenge. Why you person, you have intentionally hurt me, and so on. So same karma, but not thinking that I have to get this injury anyhow today. It is a mitigation of my big some suffering. I start looking to the circumstances.
That's very interesting and accurate and fun. And we have lots of questions, and we are at the time where we really need to shift gears and bring it to a close. So I just want to assure you that if you have written in the chat, we will gather these up, and I'm giving a signal to those who are on the text side to make sure we capture these questions and we can use them in our next on our next call. These are monthly calls. It's a series that we're going to do for 6 months. And so I'm going to invite Brother Brij Mohan to share drishti with all of you and give a kind of take us high, as he has with his words, to take us as high with his drishti. And then I'll come back and share a few things with you. Brother Brij Mohan, you've been so good, as usual. Really, thank you so much. All right, everyone. The next conversation will be on July the 12th, and we'll attempt to manage the number of people. So we'll try to accommodate when there's over 500. And again, Brother Brij Mohan, thank you so much for being with us and for your big heart and clarity. All right, everyone. Thank you. See you next month.
Recording stopped.